Well, hello, and thank you so much for joining me here today on my channel. If it's your first time here and you are new, my name is Ange, aka 50 Cents UK. And of course, if you are a regular, thank you. I appreciate you. And as always, sending you all lots of love, peace, happiness, and best wishes. Right, so as you can tell by the title of this video, I am going to give you my thoughts on the brand new Oudgasm collection from Kayali. When I saw that Kayali was coming out with some oud-centric fragrances, I was intrigued. I have a love-hate relationship with oud. Some ouds I really adore, some ouds I can't abide. So I thought, let me see what these are about. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do today. Now, I didn't purchase any of the full-size bottles. I bought all the 10ml bottles of each fragrance because I wasn't sure which ones I was going to vibe with, which ones I wanted a bigger bottle of. Normally, I rush out and just get the full-size bottle of everything. And I thought, no, hang on. Put the brakes on, Ange. Be sensible here because you don't know. Because oud is a bit touchy with me. So I'm glad I did that because I can tell you right off the bat, the one that I thought I was going to love the most, I don't. The one that I love the most is probably one that I wasn't thinking too much about. So I am so glad I went and bought the minis and I didn't rush out and get the full sizes of all of these perfumes. Right, so now, now I've got that out of the way, let's talk about these babies. Right, so I thought the best way to do it would be to go from my least favourite to my favourite. I will say I haven't watched any other reviews on this line yet because I didn't want to be influenced by what anyone else thought and I wanted to make my own mind up, you know. But I will be going and watching everybody else's reviews after I've done this. So the one that I like the least is this one, and this is Tobacco Oud. Right, now, when I first smelt this one, my goodness, this surprised me because I thought I was going to really like this because I love Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. This doesn't smell anything like that. This has the kind of oud in it that I really dislike, I have to say. That's not to say that this is a bad smelling fragrance because once it sits on the skin, it's not too bad, but it's very strong. It's very overpowering and it has that barnyardy oud that I kind of don't really vibe with. Oh, it's very strong and very in your face. This one, yeah, it's definitely the strongest and most potent where the oud is concerned. And I would say you have to like that barnyardy oud to vibe with this fragrance. Instead of reading out all the notes, I'm going to put them up on the screen. But this one, when I first spray it, I get a lot of honey. So there is honey in the top of this perfume. And I can really smell that honey. There is a nice sweetness about this perfume. I don't really smell the florals that are in this. And I don't really smell the plum that's in this, which is a shame because I do like plum as a note in perfumes. I find this perfume quite dry and a bit dusty smelling to my nose. Yeah, I do get a touch of the vanilla. I get a touch of the praline in it. And obviously I get a big dose of oud. Now, I thought that this would be, I don't know what I thought really. I thought it was going to be sweeter than it is and not so barnyardy. I will say that when it dries down, the barnyardiness does dissipate a bit and it's not as bad. I don't hate this perfume. I don't dislike it to the point of where I won't wear it because I will wear this one, but I think I would have to be in the mood to wear it, and I would probably mix it with something a bit sweeter just to give it a bit more of a sweetness and just to make it a bit more palatable for me, if that makes sense. But I have tested this one out and it is a powerhouse fragrance. It's very strong. I wore this to the gym and every movement that I was making, I just got wafts of it. And then so many people came up to me and asked me what I was wearing. Now, it is interesting because I got told, oh, you smell very fragrant. What is that? And I just got asked, well, what are you wearing? But nobody actually said, oh, you smell nice. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if there's a difference there, but people could definitely smell me, but whether they liked it or not, I'm not 100% sure. But I would definitely use this one to layer with other perfumes. And this could be good if you want to wear something where you're going to stand out in the crowd, because you definitely will with this. Definitely a unisex fragrance. I don't think it's particularly masculine. I don't think it's particularly feminine. It's somewhere in the middle. But yeah, I would say be cautious of this one. Don't blind buy it, or if you do blind buy it, do what I did and get a little 10ml. Right, so the next one is Cafe Oud. Now, I thought that this was going to be my favourite one. I thought I was going to be in love with this fragrance. When I read the notes, I thought, yeah, that sounds up my street. I do like a coffee fragrance. This does not deliver on the coffee as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so I know it says cappuccino rather than coffee, but I wish it was a bit stronger. You really have to kind of search for the coffee note in this, and to me that was a little bit disappointing. Also, this one, I don't know what it is, there's something in it that kind of irritates me a little bit, and I can't put my finger on which of the notes it is, but I thought this was going to be a much sexier and prettier fragrance than it actually is. So this one was slightly disappointing for me because I really did think I was going to like smell it and it would be love at first sight just from reading the notes. You do get a slight bit of citrus in it. I definitely pick up on the rose in this perfume, and it does lean quite musky. It's not a black opium vibe by any sense of the imagination, not to my nose anyway. And I don't know, there's just something about it. I don't know if it's the geranium in it that's irritating me, but it's just not as pretty or as sexy a fragrance as I was expecting. As it dries down though, you do get a bit more of the vanilla come through, which I actually like. I prefer the dry down of this than the initial spray, because when I first sprayed this, not gonna lie, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't like this fragrance at all. That was my first impression, which in a way is why it's probably not the best idea to come on and do like a very first impression, like the first ever spray, because you don't always feel the same way. So I have worn this and it's not a hate like it was when I first sprayed it. I actually like it, but I don't love it. The oud in this one is very soft and it is palatable and it is manageable and it is quite a friendly oud. So it's definitely not offensive on the oudometer. I just made that word up, oudometer. Anyway, you know what I mean. On the spectrum of oud, it's quite friendly. This doesn't last by any means as long as the tobacco oud one, and it's definitely not as loud as that one. That one packs a punch. This one's quite subtle after a while. It comes across quite strong when you first spray it, but as it dries down, it does get quite subtle, and I would say you need to probably respray it after about 3 hours to still be able to smell it. It's pleasant enough, but I don't love it. So that's what I would say about Cafe Oud. So my second favorite is this one, and this is the Vanilla Oud. Surprisingly, this is the one that I thought I would like second. So this one came in the right place for me. This one I just wish was a little bit stronger because it does smell really good. So to me, this one has the right amount of sweetness that I like. It is a sugary, sweet, vanilla, almost gourmand oud. The oud is barely detectable, but you can smell it. Again, it's a little bit dry, this fragrance. It is definitely a woody scent, but it has the right amount of sweetness that kind of almost makes it sort of delicious. And I almost want to lick myself when I'm smelling this. Like, it's got like a, I don't know, there's something about it that kind of makes you want to lick yourself. Like, does that seem weird? But yeah, it smells really good. I do like it, but as I said, it stays a little bit closer to the skin than I would like. There's pear listed in the notes. I honestly don't smell any pear at all. Like, I don't get any fruity vibe from this. I get sort of like a vanilla-y, praline-y, sugary, slightly musky vanilla oud. That's how it comes across to me, and I'm happy with that. I like that. Although it's a dryish fragrance to me, it's still quite airy. Yeah, it still has a bit of an airy vibe to it, so I do like that. I do think this one is probably the safest one of the bunch, especially if you're not used to ouds. This doesn't smell like Vanilla 28 with a bit of oud in it, which I thought it could possibly be, but no, it doesn't. It also doesn't smell like Vanilla Royale, which I'm glad about as well. But if I had to choose between this one and Vanilla Royale, I would definitely stick to Vanilla Royale. So yeah, because I think Vanilla Royale is a much stronger perfume and has fantastic performance. Whereas this one, this is a bit light, but it does smell very, very nice. I do like it. I do enjoy it. I think this might be a bedtime scent for me, or just out of the shower or something like that, or maybe like a Netflix and chill night where someone's going to be up close on you. Otherwise, people probably wouldn't smell this one. Right, so on to my favorite one of the bunch. You guessed it. It is Rose Oud. She is a baddie. Like, when I first sprayed this one was love at first sniff. Like, I adore this fragrance. Do you know what? I was thinking it might be kind of like a dupe for Oud Bouquet. It is nothing like Oud Bouquet. Oh, this just smells so good. Like, this is so sexy, so sensual. It's juicy. It's just, to me, it has the right amount of oud in it. I just love it, guys. I mean, I'm in love with this one. On initial spray, you do get a little bit of a citrusy vibe, but it's very subtle. It has a bit of a freshness to it, which I think comes from the peony. So it is quite bright. But when it dries down, it becomes rich, it becomes warm. You can smell hints of vanilla. The oud, as I said, it's just the right amount of oud. This is so smooth smelling. It's so well blended. Like, can you tell I actually adore and love this perfume? Like, I'm so excited to even be talking about this one, because to me, this is a gem. Like, this could be one of my favorite Kayali fragrances. I love it that much. Well, I say that, but I don't know if I could love it more than Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. I don't know. Or Vanilla Royale, because those are my favorites in the Kayali line. I like Elixir as well. This, oh my God, do you know what? This layered with Elixir, I think would be, I need to try that. But I'm going to try layering this one with probably all my other Kayalis and see what I get. But I love this one. I love the way the rose smells in this. It's not an old-fashioned rose. This is like a little hug. Like, it's warm, it's inviting. As I said, it is so sensual smelling. Like, yeah, this is top tier for me. I love it. I'm definitely going to be getting a full bottle of this one. I hope they come out with 100ml bottles of these, because I think you can only get the 10ml or the 50ml, but I would definitely get a full bottle of this one because it just smells so divine. It's good performing, it projects well. Like, I think this is a perfect, like, seduce me in a bottle date night fragrance. Although I'm gonna wear the heck out of this one, I would wear it anywhere. It's that beautiful. I literally can't stop smelling myself. Like, I'm gonna just douse myself in this. Oh, it's so gorgeous. So yeah, my favorite one, Rose Oud. So there you have it. Those are my initial impressions of the Oudgasm collection from Kayali. Comment down below, have you tried them? Which one's your favorite? Which one was you most excited about? And is that the one that you love the most? Because it's so hard, isn't it? When you're reading notes and you think you're going to like something, and then when you smell it, it's not quite what you thought. And then one that you're not thinking, I'm going to love, and you actually love it. That's how perfume is. Like, it messes with us so much, doesn't it? It does us a bit dirty sometimes, but you know, that's why we love it, because we never know what we're going to get. So guys, thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click that like button, leave a comment, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.